I'm Christian.
I'm Aubrey.
And we are the MATNEY'S, and this is our 2007 converted Dodge Sprinter van that we have lived in for the last year and a half. We've both known that we wanted to travel like forever and ever. I was working a sales job for a startup, and Aubrey was working in marketing for that startup. And we had been saving for something. We didn't really know like what we were saving for. We just knew it wanted to be travel related. And I think at the time, like we thought we were gonna go to Thailand or Myanmar or something. We had a little bit of money in the bank. We'd been saving for 2 years, and it just didn't feel quite right. And then we were driving home one day, and my parents had a van they were selling. And we were like, well, do you wanna just buy their van and drive around it? And Aubrey's like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And so 2 weeks later, we bought a van.
We didn't end up buying their van. We bought a completely different van, but it kind of spurred us on to start this new chapter of our life.
So it was 2 weeks from like idea, inception, to actually purchasing a van. We did like a first build, and it was while we were working full time, and we lived in it for about a year. And then recently, back in May, we kind of like just rethought everything and restructured a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we have improved as we've been on the road. This couch that we're on right now, like this huge amount of seating space. Probably the best part of home is just a place to crash where you just can kick back, relax. And the first van that we built, we really didn't have anywhere to crash at all, right? So we just built this like absurd amount of seating space, and it's actually like fun to be in here. So this van is a Freightliner Sprinter. It's technically a Dodge, but it has the Freightliner logo on there. I'm not quite sure why, but it is a 2007 Dodge Sprinter. It's a diesel, of course, because it's a Sprinter van. So we get about 22 miles to the gallon, which is really, really solid. Obviously right now we've thrown some pretty beefy snow tires on this. Since we do so much traveling just around different types of climates, we have a few different tires that we keep in store. We're in Canada right now. We throw some studded tires on there. When we're going to South America in a few days, we're gonna throw some all-weather tires on there. This is our garage space. We wanted a space that kept all of our tools, our bikes, our outdoor gear, everything like that. Sometimes this van is kind of hard to get around different cities, so this gives us an alternative. Anytime we're living in a city for a month or two at a time, we literally just bike everywhere and find a place to leave the van. So when we need to pull out our bikes, we've got them both on a rack right here. And then we also have like this is the tray that we can pull out. The same goes for all of this. Pretty much anything else we need. So this is any cold weather clothing storage. It's cold weather right now, so we're not storing many clothes there, but we usually do. This is the sheets, pillows, anything we need to set up our guest bed on our couch inside. And then in here, we've got anything we need for backpacking. So we've got our tent, sleeping bags, sleeping mats, backpacks, anything else like that, all right there. I wanted to make these all like really smooth slides. You realize when you have a storage place this big, if it's not easy to access the stuff, you just throw it all in there like an attic, you know, you just never get to it. And then this tray, although it's not very full right now, usually is what keeps all of our tools for the van. So up here, I'll keep a circular saw, a nail gun, a couple drills, like anything that I would need basically to do this entire van again, I just go ahead and keep with us. Guitar with us here, and we have our hiking boots right here. These are window covers that we have that are just unbelievable. Magnetic, can roll right up like this. These guys are lifesavers for us. Our solar panel setup is pretty simple. We've got two 100-watt solar panels on the roof, and we have a fantastic fan that we've installed right in front of those two. So nothing too crazy. We drilled right through the roof, straight to our lithium-ion battery on the inside, so it's a very short cable. We don't have to deal with a bunch of wires or a bunch of holes in the roof. Our heater is an S-Bar D2 heater that goes directly to our diesel tank. So we've got a little pump and battery that pulls fuel from our diesel tank right to the heater. We have a little screen here so we don't get dirt on it. Clean air right in, get hot air pumping right out.
Welcome to our home. All right, so first we have our kitchen here, and we just have an ARB fridge that we can pull out. We keep probably about 2 or 3 days worth of food in this fridge. A lot of people ask where our stove is. We actually just have a little stove that we pop out here. Just one burner, that's all we need. and we just hook it up to some fuel, vitamins, towels, silverware. We have our toothbrushes and toothpaste and face wash and everything in there. 12 gallons of water under here and running water, so we can do whatever we need with cooking, brushing our teeth, that kind of thing. And then we have one tank under here for gray water. We only use biodegradable soap, so we can dump that wherever. Everything that we need to cook a meal or eat a meal is in this drawer. So all of our pots and pans, bowls, cups, plates, everything. Our pantry right here, we actually call this the abyss because it is horribly organized. But that's kind of where we keep all of our dried goods, oils, anything that doesn't need to be refrigerated. This is a queen size mattress and the most comfortable mattress we've ever owned. Super grateful for that. It's a little bit high, so yeah, we can't sit up here, but you don't need to sit up when you're sleeping, so it works great for us. Solar charges this Goal Zero battery. This just makes our whole setup super simple, so we can run our 12-volt appliances and then just plug things in from here. Super easy. We didn't know much what we were doing, so this made it super simple for us. A huge long couch. We do a lot of work in here. We like to cook our own meals so that we can save money and that kind of thing. And we also like to have friends over. So when we have friends, we actually have a little secret seat for those people. It also doubles as our laundry basket. So we have some dirty clothes in here right now. Lid goes on top and this extra cushion goes right here. We have enough room for like 6 people. Our closet is under the couch. So we have our clothes, this is my clothes, Christian's clothes. Bookshelf, we're trying to fill this up a little bit more with books we find along the way. A lot of people ask us about these picture frames right here. I'm from Los Angeles and Christian is from Austin, and we honeymooned in Reykjavik, so just kind of where we came from. Lastly, we have our lagoon table. So this is really awesome, plenty of space for both of us. And we can work here, eat here, do whatever we need to do in our home. It may feel really, really scary, but it's so worth it to live that life that you know is best for you.
I don't think I met a single person who's actually like gone on the road and made the jump who has regretted it. Like literally not a single person. And I've met a lot of people that have had like an absolutely horrible time of it. Like stuff breaking down, getting robbed, whatever it is. And still, everyone's like, this is the best change I've ever made. You know what I mean?
We've met people who are a week into their van life journey and literally every single day, the worst possible scenario, cracking up about it, laughing, loving life. And we're like, so how's van life? And they're like, it's amazing.
Best
decision we've ever made.
At this point of our lives, the kind of thing we live by is just trying to push ourselves out of our comfort zone every single day. You get in these routines, you get in these habits, you don't realize how much you never push yourself outside your comfort zone, right? It caused a lot of anxiety at first to practice trying something new every single day and really getting out of your comfort zone. But then you get pretty good at just going with the flow and letting go a little bit and just putting yourself out there, you know?
This year has just been chock full of new experiences, and I think 2019 is gonna be even crazier. But I've like flipped over so many handlebars of motorcycles and mountain bikes and things like that. It's been painful and scary, but like really fun.
Every single day, it gets more realistic to live this lifestyle that's on the road. I think in 5 years, it's not gonna be this crazy thing. It's going to be like an acceptable lifestyle. And we're all kind of like rebranding what it means to live in a van together, to where you can be a professional, you can have goals, you can have aspirations, you can want to do good work, you can do all these things and yet still value these sorts of experiences and live this sort of lifestyle.
Thanks guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed seeing our van.
If you want to continue to follow our journey, we are at the MATNEY'S on YouTube and at the MATNEY'S _ on Instagram. You can find us and follow our journey there. All right,
guys.
See you guys later.